So, Kabam just dropped some news, and it's kinda big. They're bringing back batch updates, which, if I'm being honest, I'm not super thrilled about. I mean, remember when we used to get 2 new champions and 2 new buffs every month, consistently? That system might not have been perfect, but at least we knew some of those old, almost useless champs were getting some attention. Now, they're giving us these big batch buffs, and I hate this concept. With over 300 plus champions in the game, dropping 2 new ones each month, sometimes good, sometimes total trash. There's a massive backlog of champs that are just collecting dust. Seriously, out of those 300, maybe 100 are actually worth your time, and the rest, they're just forgotten. And frankly, shitty. So yeah, I've got some strong feelings about this, but hey, it is what it is, right? Anyway, let's check out what Kabam posted on the forums about this next batch. What's next? Remember batch updates? We're excited to announce the first group of champions receiving an update will be Patriot, Yondu, and MODOK. You can expect details for each of them in the coming months and their update to go live with the August build. Alright, so that's the official news. Let's talk about what these champions actually need, and let me rant a bit more along the way. Patriot isn't a bad skill champion. He's got some cool utility with that vigilance passive on well-timed blocks, plus some decent precision passives. And that reversal mechanic? It's genuinely fun to use, and you can trigger it all the time. So there's a foundation there. The problem, in the current state of the game, where every new champ is bursting with insane damage, or at least some crazy utility. Sure, you can make him work if you really want to, but let's be real. He's overshadowed by bigger, better skill champs. And this is where my frustration with these batch buffs comes in. We have so many champions like Patriot who are almost good, but not quite. Instead of buffing a handful each month, like we used to, they're doing these big lumps every so often. That means we wait ages before we see if Patriot's even relevant again. He just needs a bit more damage, a bit more utility, and we could have a solid champion on our hands. Yondu? When Yondu first dropped, I was so excited about his arrow attacks. He also had a solid heal block, which was great back when heal block was rare. So conceptually, he's got some good bones. The problem, the game has moved on so far that Yondu's kit feels outdated. His arrow attacks don't really hit that hard, and the champion's overall damage output is meh at best. There's nothing that truly sets him apart these days. This is another perfect example of why I hate the batch buff idea. We used to get more frequent champion reworks, like monthly refreshes, and now we're sitting here waiting for these giant updates to drop. Meanwhile, we're adding more and more new champions to the roster, half of whom might end up needing a buff themselves in 6 months. It's an endless cycle of catch-up. With 300 plus champions, the only way to stay on top is consistent monthly buffs, not these big lumps. MODOK, the one that could get scary. MODOK used to be the absolute bane of my existence on defense. That auto block was infuriating, and if you weren't prepared, you got wrecked. Plus, he's still got one of the best reverse heal abilities in the game on his SP1. Use it right, and you can shut down so many regen champs. The problem, we've all kind of figured him out on defense now, so he's not as terrifying as he once was. Offensively, he's okay, but he's no top-tier damage dealer. He could definitely use a bit of an offensive push to make him worth ranking up. And here's where the fear sets in. If Kabam goes too far with his buff, he might become an absolute nightmare again. But if they strike the right balance, he could be an amazing attacker and still a solid defender. But again, we're stuck waiting for this one big bat buff to see if they nail it. It's just so frustrating that we're not getting the monthly champion reworks we used to. I get it. Maybe they're strapped for resources or time, but it still sucks for the rest of us who want to see more champs revitalized faster. So yeah, that's where I stand on these 3 champs. Patriot needs more damage and some tweaks. Yondu needs a bigger spotlight on those arrow attacks. And MODOK could become terrifying if they buff him right or wrong, depending on your perspective. But let me just say one more time. I hate that Kabam switched to these big batch buffs instead of doing monthly reworks. We've got a massive champion pool, and only a fraction of them are actually worth playing. The rest are just shitty placeholders. So if Kabam really wants to keep the game fresh, they should be giving us consistent, smaller buffs every month. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think? Do you have a 6-star or 7-star version of any of these champs? Are you excited or nervous about these buffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear if you think the batch buff system is good, or if you'd rather see the old monthly reworks return. And hey, don't forget to subscribe if you want more Marvel Contest of Champions news and updates. As soon as Kabam releases more info on these buffs, I'll be covering every detail so you can decide whether or not to rank these champs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.